Hello all, this is Halloween once again. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you're having an awesome day. If you are loving what you're seeing so far, please like and subscribe. I'm just getting started here. I'm going to do several costumes for Halloween, giving you a lot of different ideas, and I'm going to show you how I do Halloween on a budget. I thought today maybe I'd give you a clue as to what we are doing. If you said Norma Bates, you guessed it. We are doing Norma Bates today, so let's get to it. So you're going to be thrilled at how easy Norma Bates is to pull off. First of all, we have the dress here. Any vintage style dress will work for this, and you can get vintage style at any thrift store. If you don't like wearing clothes that at some point belonged to other people, Target has those prairie dresses. I think they're like 25 to 30 bucks. So, I mean, if this is the only costume you're doing, it's still not a bad price for a dress, and it'll look great for what we're doing. So, I actually paid, it says $3.95, but the dress was on sale, so I paid $2.50 for this dress. Pretty proud of that. And I just had some wingtip vintage short-heeled shoes that I'll be wearing. And it looks like they were $10, also at a thrift store. So I did my hair already off camera before the video. I just did a bun and spray painted with this hairspray. You've seen it everywhere. It's at any party shop. You could get the white or the gray. If you have darker hair, I would suggest probably going with the white. My hair is a little bit lighter, but it's still pretty dark, so it's probably still gonna photograph pretty dark. And these are like $3, $4 at any costume shop. I wouldn't suggest using this if you want your hair to look like this. If you could see that, that is not true to life. If you put this stuff in your hair, it's like it's hairspray with color in it. So it's going to turn out sticky, and you're not going to be able to brush it or anything like that. So for makeup, we have, again, Ben Nye. It's my favorite. This one is a bigger one. These are about $15 on the Ben Nye website. This is the Frankenstein green. I also have Ben Nye, the smaller one, the $7 one in gray, and this is the Ben Nye Aqua, and this is the Ben Nye Aqua as well, just white. So a white Ben Nye Aqua. We're gonna be working with that. You're gonna need a black pencil. Any black pencil should work. We'll be doing some lines and whatnot. You're gonna need your sponge, dampened sponge. If you can see in the mirror, my bun, it's just like a regular bun. What I actually did was a topsy tail, and then I pulled the hair through and then put a comb with one of those sponges at the top and pulled my hair up over the comb. So it's like a nice round bun. My hair is definitely not that thick, so if you don't have thick hair and you want to rock a bun, I would suggest getting one of those, you know, the foam thing. It's not really foam. I don't know what they make it out of. Some weird material. They have them at Claire's. It's called like Magic Bun or something like that. So if you have thinner hair, you know, just use one of those. I think they're only a couple bucks. I don't know. This actually was my mom's. I use a lot of her stuff. We were a lot alike, so we are a lot alike, I should say. So yeah, just dampening the sponge, and we'll see where this takes us. I would suggest if you are going to be any character, here goes our Ben Nye White. Isn't that awesome? And this one's called Clown White, I believe. Oh, Cloud White. Same thing, whatever. So I would suggest if you're going to be any character, go ahead and watch the movie of whoever you're going to be. I watched Bates Motel this morning. I was actually Marion Crane last year. I did the shower scene and everything. It was cool because I was like, during the day, I was her like at work, and then at night is when I went out and did the shower scene. So it was kind of cool. If you're being serious about it, You know, learn who the character is. Put yourself in that character's shoes. So today, in doing Norma Bates, obviously, we're doing Norma post-mortem. We're not doing, you know, young and vibrant Norma Bates. So I've got the gray hair. You know, I sprayed it. Now, I think I'm just going to start with a white base and go from there. But, so I'm putting myself in the shoes of Norma Bates. When I bought the dress, it wasn't perfect. It had some missing buttons and it had a rip in the back. And I thought to myself, well, this woman's been dead for years, and Norman Bates has been changing her clothes. You know, I'm sure he popped a couple of buttons or ripped something while he was doing it. So it actually ended up being perfect. Because at first I was like, I don't want to buy a dress for any price with no buttons or a rip in it. Why would I do that? But then I was like, wait a minute, I'm Norma Bates. I've been dead. Like, what do I care? You know? So that's kind of how I do my costumes. I study the character and I put myself in their shoes. You know, what would Norma do? So that's kind of how I do that. And anytime you do that, you're going to end up with a great costume. I don't care. I don't know. It just, you're getting all the little details when you do that. And you don't even know it. You don't even realize it. So I think what I'm going to do, because normally I just do my face on camera, there's going to be some body paint involved with this one. Just a little bit. Not much. But I'm going to go off camera to do that after we get our face done. And then I'm going to just kind of show you what I did. So a great couple's costume for this, obviously, would be Norman Bates and Norma Bates. Today's look is kind of going to be a combination of the 10-year dead Norma Bates from the original movie and the new Norma Bates. So, because if you watch the old movie, she was more or less a skeleton. The teeth were showing, and you know, her eyes were hollowed out, like there was no eyeballs in them anymore. I have eyeballs, so I gotta work with what I got. See, I'm kind of getting white. So what I want to do, maybe I'll do the chest on camera. This one's gonna be a little bit longer of a makeup. It's like less costume and more makeup. So if you're into that, I guess I should take this necklace off. I always leave my other one on. It's actually my mom's fingerprint. They do that now after you lose a loved one. If you want, this was from Dignity Memorial. I don't know if everybody does it, but they make a little charm with your mom or whoever's fingerprint, which is pretty cool. They're not cheap, but I'm glad I have it and it doesn't come off, so I'll just paint around it. I used to do her makeup for Halloween. She'd be like, what do I want to be? And I used to give her ideas and stuff. My mom liked being the sexy costumes though, and I was always like the ugly ones. So it was easy because we weren't usually the same things, except for when she was Marge Simpson one year. I had been Marge Simpson before. I don't know what inspired her to do that, but all of a sudden she started getting, you know, crazy like me. She wanted to paint her body and, you know, wear contact lenses, and I was like, whoa, where'd that come from, you know? Like, she was wanting to really pull it out, you know, no more sexy. She was ready to be serious. And she did that for, you know, the last couple of years, so it was really cool to watch. She really evolved as far as Halloween goes. You can, you know, I always say blot, but you can smear too. That sometimes is quicker, especially when you're doing your body. When you're doing your face, the blotting just kind of blends it so that you don't have streaks. So we're not trying to get clown white. We're just trying to get to where our flesh doesn't look fleshy anymore. These are fast makeup jobs, or what I would call fast. This is totally doable. I chose to do kind of a combination of the new Norma Bates and the old one, because the new one's a little fresher. Like, she just died, so she's still got like skin, and as you can see, I'm kind of fleshy, you know. I'm voluptuous. So I won't be able to pull off the skeleton thing. So we're gonna do like a cross between the two. It's still gonna look really good. Now this is the Frankenstein green. I'm gonna highlight the parts that kind of stick out, that protrude out. So like my cheekbones, my chin, my forehead. That's what I'm gonna do with this. My neck on both sides, on either side, and then leave the middle white. And then I'm even gonna do like rib, where the ribs would be. That's what I wanna do with the green. It's gonna just kind of bring it to life. Actually, bring it to death. I mean, the skin is rotting, you know? We can't just be white. Maybe if we were a vampire or something, then they would be white. Ish. I'm highlighting my cheekbones there. See that? Mm-hmm. Looks good. I don't look dead yet, but I will. And you will too. We're not going anywhere for photos today. We're gonna do them right in my bedroom, because my bedroom is done in 1920 style anyway. I highlighted either side of my nose as well. I'm gonna do my chin. You see I've kind of like, I've highlighted my forehead, highlighted either side of my nose, both of my cheekbones and my chin, and then now I'm gonna do either side of my neck. Because in the picture it's gonna be like, it'll have a cool effect, I think. So we're also gonna be using black. I decided I was just gonna bring a little thing of water so I could keep dampening my sponge as needed. So I'm kind of gonna look where my rib line would be, and do here, like the dip in it. I don't know if that has a name. See? Just kidding. Whatever. So I'm gonna see kind of where my rib cage would be. That kind of also will give you an idea of I love doing like dead people and stuff. And there will be some costumes too for men. You know, I don't like just being ladies for Halloween. In fact, I've been a man a lot. I've been Zoltar, I've been the Penguin, I've been the Elephant Man. Sometime I'll, when it's not Halloween, I'll put those up and we'll do like a flashback to all my other costumes. So you can kind of see what I'm doing here. I think my sponge is a little too wet. You don't want it wet, you just want it damp. If you got it wet, it'll start rubbing off the other stuff you put on. You don't want that. See, that's better. It will look really cool when we're done. So you're basically just highlighting, you know, your bone structure. You're just gonna highlight all the protrudent areas, any areas that would be wetter, like around your mouth. So for the gray, it's kind of like a dark gray. This is actually, yeah, just gray. Simple as that. Been nice keeping it simple this time. Gray. Obviously the gray area. The gray area. We're gonna do in our cheeks, like the soft part of our cheeks. Probably gonna do some black in there too. It's gonna help blend the black in when we do the black. It's just not gonna look like a black circle. You know, the gray around it is gonna blend in with the green, and you know, I would imagine when your body rots, it's like all kinds of different colors. So that's what I ended up doing. Just going around. Gonna do a little bit. That's whatever's left on the top lip. A gray. You're going like, why did you even do white in the first place? There's still a lot of white. There's still a lot of white too. I love this. And it just happened naturally. Just like a little part where it's white, like a birthmark. Just kind of makes it, it's a cool effect that just happened by accident. I love when that happens. You know that little other part? I don't know all the body parts, but you know what I'm talking about. Everybody's got like a little bone right here. You see that? These aren't looking very blended right now, but we can fix that. For the gray, I'm gonna go to around my eyes with the gray, and then we'll do the black inside the gray. See, it did that effect again over here, and I love that. It's just an accident. Get that little bit of white that's around there, that's kind of, it just looks cool. It looks like rotting flesh. Very cool. I had to do this tonight because, look, it did it in the middle again too. I don't know if you can see that, how good the quality is there. Did it where the white is showing through, but there's like parts of the gray and the green. It just, I think I'm looking pretty cool so far. I don't know. How about you? Do you think so? I think so. I'm gonna highlight my nose a little bit in the middle. So remember, we're doing, that's too much highlight probably. We're doing a cross between the old Norma and the new Norma. So, yeah, I just had to find my black. So now we're just gonna do around our eye sockets. Kind of like if you're gonna do a skeleton look. You wanna go right around the eye sockets. Sometimes hard to do with a sponge, so I just pinch the sponge to get a finer end. And I think I'm gonna highlight with a little bit of yellow also, because I think death is all of those colors. You can feel your eye socket when you're putting this on, and if it's like weird at the end, leave it like that. It looks really cool. Like it just looks legit, you know? Too legit to quit. Just kidding. If you go a little bigger, that's fine too. Look how cool it looks. It's got kind of an effect on it. Kind of like almost like a rotten. You don't want it just to be a circle, you know? And with this Norma, I'm gonna be putting contact lenses, white out contact lenses is what they're called. So that's about done with that. The eye sockets, they look pretty cool. I don't want perfect. Dead bodies aren't perfect. You know what I mean? Dead bodies look like dead bodies. You ever seen Night of the Living Dead or The Walking Dead? Nothing perfect about that, let me tell you. Not trying to be the Kim Kardashian of death, you know what I mean? Trying to look like a legit dead person. So I kind of did a bunch down here. I'm just gonna highlight the white areas again. I don't even know really. This is how I think this is how the ribs go. They do this first and they go like this, you know? Kind of looks cool, right? So I'm gonna highlight again with the white right down the middle. This reminds me of one time at band camp. Just kidding. One time, you know, I always got my dad to make my Halloween costumes for me growing up because he did such a great job. And he's so creative, like he can do anything. My dad can literally do anything. So, I just come up with something and he would make it for me. So one year I went I want to be a skeleton. So my dad got just a black jumpsuit, and he made an awesome skeleton costume. He painted the skeleton on the black jumpsuit, I had a thing over my head. It was like a black, just cloth mask that went all the way over my head, like a ski mask. And then had, you know, the eyes cut out and everything. I went trick-or-treating, and everybody thought I was a boy. Until they saw the ponytail in the back. Then they were like, I was like, trick-or-treat. They're like, hey, little dude, what's up? Take as much as you want. And then I'd turn around and they'd see the ponytail in the back. And they'd be like, oh, girl, you know, they closed the door real quick. So they were like embarrassed. So eyeliner, I just want to use a little bit of yellow. Yellow tells me when I'm thinking of flesh, yellow, jaundice, rotting, you know, it's kind of a bright yellow, so we're not gonna like overdo it or anything, just a little here and there. You don't have to do the yellow. I think it looks perfectly fine just like this with the 3 colors. You know, just kind of around the green. That looks really cool. Like that actually, that skin actually turned green and rotted. Oh yeah, it's a little like on either side. Still leave some white. You still want some white in there. This is kind of like what I did when I was doing Beetlejuice too. It's kind of looking a little bit Beetlejuicy. But he's dead also, so I'm not wrong. I didn't really do anything with my eyebrows, but I was considering a white pencil. Just like, oh yeah, that looks good. I kind of like it. Like, what do you think so far? You can't have a flesh tone waterline if everything else is dead. So what we're gonna do is just, and you can even use red if you want. Red would probably look cool. But I'm gonna use black. Should do my waterline. And you see? It just makes a huge difference. Never underestimate the waterline. And just, you know, do your waterline. All I wanted to do just some lines, wrinkles. She's starting to dry up, this lady. So, and I think I might just do a little black on either side. Let's do that first. I said I was going to do black on the cheeks, and I never did it because I got obsessed with this yellow that I was using. So we needed that. Yeah, I knew something was missing. I have a round face because I'm, you know, I'm not thin by any means. I haven't been thin since I was like in middle school, and I wanted to bring, you know, everybody's not a size 2, you know what I mean? I wanted to bring to the channel a whole bunch of different looks that people of any size, people of any gender can achieve at home. And they don't have to be, you know, a professional makeup artist. Anybody can do it at home. No problem. Nothing's perfect. Just do a few lines. Okay. Can I see that? Very light too when you're doing this. You don't want it to be like a big old fat black line. They don't have to be perfect. Again, you know, we're rotting, so that looks pretty good. So I'm gonna go off camera. I'm gonna do my arm white, and I'm going to highlight the middle. You know where all the meat is? That's where you want to do your highlights. You know how the bone looks here? It's double. There's a bone here, there's a bone on the other side. So what you want to do is go down the middle with gray or with the green or with both. down the middle. And do the same with your hands. You know where the bones are. In between each bone, you're going to do gray or green, you know, even a little bit of black, just like we did around our face and chest. Same with the legs. You know where the bones are? Wherever the bones aren't, that's where you're going to do your shading. I want to line my lips a little bit too. I think I'm going to put some lines in there. Oh, we forgot hair too. Let's just do that. I'm just looking at the camera right now going, something's missing, you know? Kind of shade up under the nose a little bit. What do you think? Ugly. I love it. Anywhere you think there would be lines, just make lines. It ain't gonna kill you. I'm back. So, as you can see, I put my contact lenses in. I know the question that you all want to know is, can you see through those things? And I'm gonna say no, not very well. So trying to paint your body white with whiteout lenses in is nearly impossible. You can't see what you're doing at all. Hold on. I think I did pretty good. Anyway, I was gonna try and show you, but I can't see. I can't see, but you'll see it in the pictures. We're gonna take pictures in a second here. You'll see everything that I did kind of with my legs and my hands, and you should be able to see all that pretty good. So if you're gonna do this look, I would advise putting the contact lenses in first. Anyway, we're gonna take some pictures and I'll see you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed today's look. I'll see you next time. Happy Halloween!